You never fail until you stop trying. Those simple words pack a powerful reminder that failure isn't what we think it is. It's not the stumbling block or the setback itself. It's the decision to give up, to say, "This is where I quit." Albert Einstein, known for his genius in physics, often shared thoughts that reached well beyond science. This quote stands out because it flips our usual understanding of failure on its head. Instead of something to avoid at all costs, failure becomes part of the journey, a step on the path as long as we keep moving forward. Let's explore why this mindset matters, how it can change the way you see your goals, and what practical steps you can take to embrace the real meaning of not giving up. First, consider how we typically define failure. Most of us see it as a bad outcome, missing out on a promotion, getting rejected, losing money, or failing an exam. We treat these events as if they're definitive judgments on who we are or what we're capable of. But Einstein's quote suggests a different perspective. Failure isn't the event, it's your response. It's only final when you decide you're finished. If you keep going, if you try another angle, learn a new skill, or adapt your approach, then those missteps aren't failures. They're lessons. In fact, some of the world's most successful people, from innovators in Silicon Valley to famous authors and athletes, often share stories about failing over and over. What separates them from everyone else is that they didn't label those setbacks as permanent endings. Instead, each failure was a nudge to change their strategy, refine their vision, or work a little harder. Think of Thomas Edison, who once said he found 10,000 ways that didn't work before inventing the light bulb. Or J.K. Rowling, who was rejected by multiple publishers before finding success with the Harry Potter series. Their journeys remind us that real failure only occurs when you decide you're done. Keep going, and you're still in the game. This quote also challenges the perfectionist in us. Many people avoid taking risks or trying new things precisely because they fear failing. But if you accept that you haven't truly failed as long as you haven't quit, it frees you to experiment, to be bold, and to chase big dreams. That shift in mindset can be life-changing. Suddenly, what used to be an intimidating possibility, what if it doesn't work out, becomes something far less scary because you understand you can keep evolving until you reach success. Still, how do we translate this attitude into daily life? Start by re-examining your goals. Look at an area where you feel stuck, a project you're hesitant to begin, a relationship you're afraid to fix, a personal ambition you've been putting off. Ask yourself, what am I really afraid of? Often the answer is the embarrassment of failing or the pain of not meeting expectations. But if you reframe failing as another attempt to learn what doesn't work, you remove much of that. Fear's power. Instead of seeing that first try as a do-or-die situation, you see it as part of a journey. Next, replace harsh self-criticism with curiosity. When something doesn't go as planned, ask, what can I learn from this, or how can I adapt? Each time you gather new insights, you're growing. As long as you keep trying, you haven't failed. Your story isn't over yet. Einstein himself experienced setbacks and controversies. His early ideas weren't always well received by the scientific community, but he pressed on, refined his theories, and eventually transformed our entire understanding of physics. If he had stopped when people questioned his work, we might never have gained the insights we take for granted today. Another helpful strategy is to surround yourself with stories of resilience. Read about people who faced countless rejections or defeats but kept moving forward. Tune into podcasts or watch interviews with entrepreneurs, artists, and change-makers who talk openly about their struggles. You'll soon realize that, overnight, successes are usually years in the making, full of small breakthroughs hidden beneath a layer of so-called failures. By filling your mind with examples of perseverance, you train yourself to see obstacles differently. You'll start recognizing that a no today might lead to a better yes tomorrow, or a wrong turn can guide you to a path you didn't see before. Finally, give yourself permission to pause when needed, but never to stop. There's a difference between quitting and taking a break to regroup. Everyone needs moments of rest, reflection, or recalibration. Use that downtime to process what went wrong, identify potential improvements, and get ready to try again. Taking care of your mental and emotional well-being is crucial for this never stop trying philosophy to last in the long run. It's not about burning out through relentless head-against-the-wall effort. It's about continually finding ways to move forward, however small those steps may be, until you reach that breakthrough. So let's circle back to Einstein's quote, "You never fail until you stop trying." It's a short line, but it holds a powerful challenge. Are you going to let setbacks define you, or are you going to let them refine you? The choice between giving up and pressing on ultimately determines whether your setbacks become a tombstone or a stepping stone. If you choose to persist, then every stumble is just part of your growth story, not the end. As you go forward, keep those words in mind. Let them remind you that mistakes aren't a reason to walk away from your dreams. Let them remind you that success often emerges after the biggest hurdles. And let them remind you that the only time you truly fail is when you decide it's over. When you hang up the gloves and refuse to try again. In a world that glorifies instant success, embracing the power of persistent effort can set you apart. Take a deep breath, regroup if you must, but keep going. Because as long as you do, you haven't failed, and your next triumph might be just around the corner.